Middle blocker, Kaylee Byron. 5'10" senior assistant point guard, and also middle blocker, Ellie Brown. The center is a 5'9" senior at Carrollton, Illinois, number 10, Alicia Funk. Your captain, outside hitter, a 5'9" sophomore from Littleton, Colorado, number 11, Audrey Gers. 5'11" freshman at Spokane, Washington, outside hitter, number 14, Emma Swetman. Number 17, outside hitter, 5'11" sophomore at Chesterfield, Missouri, Colleen Smith. Your winner is a 5'5" freshman from Edmond, Oklahoma, Allie High. The Thunder are coached by Stephanie Schmidt, assisted by Nick Morial.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside King Arena here on the campus of Wheaton College for tonight's matchup between the Wheaton College Thunder and the North Park College Vikings. Here we're set to begin tonight's CCIW matchup here in women's volleyball. My name is Abram Erickson. Thank you for joining me on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. We're getting set for things to begin here in King Arena. The Thunder heading into tonight's game with a 8-2 record. They are 1-0 in the CCIW. The North Park Vikings coming in at 500 with a 5-5 record. They have yet to play a CCIW game, so the conference opener tonight for the Vikings. The Thunder already one win in conference under their belt. That win came against North Central back on September 13th in the Maryland Scribner invite. That was a 3-0 win over North Central. So we're set to begin things down on the court right now. We'll take a look at our starters first for the Thunder. We've got number 14, Emma Swetman, number 10, Alicia Funk, number 11, Audrey Gers, number 6, Ellie Brown, number 17, Colleen Smith, the libero, number 18, Allie High. North Park to serve first. Service comes from Christine Gata. Put up in the air, and now a nice set in the middle. The swing fielded nicely by North Park. Set up on the attack to the outside. That'll be put up by Brown. Now a swing from Gers is returned. Ball back up high, and point will be awarded to Wheaton, and so they will take the early 1-0 lead in this one. The first server for the Thunder tonight will be Emma Swetman, the 5'11" freshman. Her serve well into the back line, fielded by the libero, and then an attack, and this ball put up, but it'll head all the way over to the stands, and so that'll be the first point of the night for North Park as they even things up. Great pass by Bianca Tamuda, leading to the set and then the swing. North Park with the serve. And once again, it'll be Emma Swetman. Swetman sends this one to Gers. Now Brown coming across off the set in the middle. A swing from the outside. This one will be put up and then swung on by Smith. Kept on the Thunder side. Gers sending that one up. And now the block is up for the Thunder. Ball sent outside. And the block by number 11, Bethany Geidner of North Park, gives them their first lead of the night. They're up 2-1 here in our opening set. That ball is on the line for the first ace of the night. The Thunder, a little miscommunication there, as it looked like the back line thought that that one was going to be just a tad long. Instead, it sneaks in, catches a little bit of the line, and gives the North Park the 3-1 lead. That one almost hits the ground, but saved, and now ball over on the North Park side. Swing from the outside, put up by High. And now another good block by North Park, and Thunder not able to control it. That ball will go down. North Park will take the 4-1 lead. Ball comes over to Smith. Set up Brown on the attack, but flicked up off the ground by the Vikings. Another swing blocked and then sent back over to the Thunder side. Nice job by the Thunder regrouping here. A tip is fielded well by Christine Gata. And then a nice job by Tamuda to field that one. Point will be awarded to North Park, and they are now on a 3-0 run. You see it here as looks like maybe number 13, Deborah Smith, was on the net there for the Thunder. Service comes deep to Smith. Byerly sending this one across, and then looks like it ricochets off the antenna there. Thunder will end the run and get a much-needed side out here, bringing the score to 5-2 in North Park's favor. Server for the Thunder will now be Audrey Gers. Gers, service comes over to the Vikings. Ball's going to have to be hit from the back row, and that was Kaylin Matthews who attempted that swing but wasn't able to get the ball over the net. The Thunder gain a point back. It's now 5-3. Gers with the service again. This one comes over to Matthews. Set up and then swung on. The Thunder, Smith gets a swing of her own. And a great block. Looks like it was Brown who got the touch on that one. Let's see it on the replay here. It's going to be a double block set up by Brown and Smith. I think Brown got the right hand on it and gets the Thunder back within one. It's now 5-4, North Park in the lead. Gers, service comes to Tamuda. Sent up and it'll be over to Matthews. Matthews gets this one to Smith. A tip dealt with nicely by the Vikings. Matthews attempts the swing. Gers is right there, and it'll be saved off of the net, and then Brown will send it over to the other side. Matthews to swing again, blocked, and now Brown off the rebound is able to send this one. You see, looks like Brown got the first touch. Smith set it back up to her, and then Brown was able to swing on it. Maybe touched over on the North Park side by Jimenez. We're now tied 5-5 here in the first set. Gers comes to Matthews. Saved up a nice play by Gata and then sent over. Byerly goes over to Smith. Smith the swing. A little dump over the net. The Thunder handle it well. Smith with the tip, and that'll sneak inside the line. A great tip by Deborah Smith. You see the back set here, and then just a little tip. The libero, Tamuda, not able to get over in time to deal with that one. The Thunder take the lead back. It's now 6-5. Gers comes to Matthews once again. It's in the middle. Gata with the set. Swung on and blocked by the Thunder. Keeping it alive on the Viking side. Tamuda sends it over to High. Now a swing from the middle by Smith. And a great kill by Deborah Smith is set up nicely as she comes around into the middle. No Viking player in the vicinity as that ball finds the hardwood. 7-5, the Wheaton Thunder lead here in set one. Gers goes over to Tamuda, getting the first touch, passed up by Gata. Williams attempts a tip and it goes off of the block. Matthews, looks like Smith got a hand on that one, and then Byerly not quite able to send that one up. We'll have a new server. Here it's Bethany Geidner. Smith getting the first touch on the Thunder side. Brown coming across, and a great kill. Another great back set from Byerly. Brown just able to get up and elevate. Brown will now be the server. Brown goes to Matthews. Matthews now in the swing. It gets caught in between Smith and Byerly. Neither one able to get the block there. 7-8, Wheaton's in the lead now. A strong serve coming from the North Park side, and then a great set and swing. Looks like Byerly was the one on the end of that one. Great set here from Anderson, and then, although we have a couple substitutions here, looks like for the Thunder, It'll bring in number 10, Alicia Funk, number 14, Emma Sweatman. And now for the Vikings, we have number 22, Meyer, as well as number 2, Nikki Alstrad. Tamuda sends this first one up. This will come to the outside to Matthews. Takes a bounce off the net, and it's a fortuitous one as North Park will earn a point. Smith just not able to get around on that one. Ends it flying it towards the North Park bench. Matthews to serve now as Wheaton still up 1. It's 9-8. Matthews to serve. Off the net, set up by Funk. Smith with the swing, and it was touched on by Meyer, but she had no chance on that one. As a great set here by Funk. Smith just getting 2 hands on it, but not enough there. Smith will be the server now. Service comes from Smith. And then a nice job by Meyer recovering and just swinging on that one off the first pass. Right to the left of Smith. Looks like it was right on the line. A nice play by North Park to bring the score to 10-9 in Wheaton's favor. Tamuda sends the serve over. Funk bump set up ahead, and although it maybe looked like a little bit of a mishit, Emma Sweatman going to be able to get this one down. You'll see she comes up. I don't think she got the contact she wanted as it kind of came off the side of her hand there, but Tamuda not able to make a diving dig. And so Wheaton go up 11-9. Allie High with the serve. High to Matthews. Her pass will be too much, and then Brown, an ambitious swing on that one, but it's just too far off that far side. There were no blockers up in front of her. She took the chance and wasn't quite able to keep it in play. Looks like another substitution for North Park. This time it's Christina Gata. She's returning after stepping off. Gata to serve. Off the net, dealt with by High. Funk, a quick set over to Brown. Kept up in the air. Now it's Gers that will swing on it. Returned nicely by Tamuda. Across, fielded by Funk. Up ahead to Smith, and now a swing by Gers. Looks like a little bit of a tip. Gets it up, Jimenez. Swing gets through the block. And that time, it's North Park getting the score. And once again, that ball just sneaking in between Sweatman and Brown. 11-11, we are now tied up here in set 1. High, the setup to Funk. A long tip by Sweatman is fielded by Matthews. And now a swing here from Ingalls. Gers opts to tip it up. Tamuda now, a bump set. Towards the net, quick set to Brown. Goes off 2 Vikings players, ricocheting out of bounds. And this is a great job. High getting it up in the air. Quick set here from Funk. Sweatman now, over to Matthews. Jimenez sets to the outside, a great block. And then right back on the attack. See it on the replay here. It looks like it was Funk who got a hand on that one, but sent right back over to Brown. And as Matthews hit the ground on that near side, she wasn't able to recover. Sweatman now over to Matthews. Thunder in the lead, 13-11. Nice swing there, but fielded nicely. Out to the outside, Gers, and just barely off the end. Here, we'll get a look at how close this one was. Swing coming from Gers, and yeah, just right outside of that orange line. A couple more substitutions. Marley Anderson checks back in for the Thunder. So does Deborah Smith. North Park serving. Wheaton in the lead, 13-12. It's Jimenez on the serve. Gers, and now a swing from the back row as Colleen Smith able to find some ground in between 2 North Park players. Coming from that back line, putting this one right to the right-hand side of Tamuda. Gers will serve, 14-12 our score. Tamuda fields this one first. It's over to Jimenez, well off the back line. Tamuda will send it over. It's a free ball. Anderson, back set, ricocheting off the net, and a great swing by Brown as we'll see it on the replay here. She comes around and does get a little bit of the net there, and it'll be a Thunder point. The Thunder in the lead, 15-12 early in this one here in set 1 at Joe Bean Stadium. If you're just joining us, this is a live broadcast on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. I'm Abram Erickson. Thanks for joining me tonight as we watch the Thunder take on the Vikings of North Park. The Thunder coming into tonight's match at 8-2. They're 1-0 in the CCIW. North Park, on the other hand, come into this game 5-5, yet to play a CCIW game. So it's the CCIW opener for North Park. They start their conference season away here in King Arena. These two teams met in the final game of both teams' season last year as the Thunder defeated the Vikings 3 sets to 1. They went 21-25 going down in the first, but then coming back 25-22, 25-22, and 25-22 for the win. It was the Thunder's second win in conference as they ended up 15-16 overall last year, 2-6 in the conference. They're already 8-2 on the year in this season. Pass off Matthews, ricochets off some work in the ceiling, and now over to High, back on the Thunder side. Smith with a powerful swing, and it looked like he got maybe touched. I think there was a touch there by either Geidner or Widman, and it made it difficult for Jimenez to judge that ball as it came to the back line. Serve from Gers off the net, ricochet short. Anderson sends it up. Smith, another attack. Tamuda takes this one and sends a free ball over to the Thunder side. Anderson sets towards the middle. Smith off the arm of Tamuda and off of the end line. The Thunder come back storming after this timeout. Powerful swing by Smith. Tamuda not able to handle this one as it goes off the end line. The Thunder up 17-12. Gers has been on a roll here from the service line. Over to Matthews. Matthews with the first touch, and now a pass from Tamuda. It comes back to Matthews. Up in the air. Anderson over to Smith. Smith the swing. Tamuda, nice job getting it up in the air. Peralta then back to Tamuda over on the Thunder side. Brown a swing. It goes off the arms of number 10, Christina Gata. But the follow-up not able to be put over the net by Louis Peralta. Looks like we'll have another timeout here as North Park wants to get things under control before this thing slips away. It's now 18-12 here in this first set. And we're already seeing some powerful offensive performances for the Thunder, notably coming from Deborah Smith and Ellie Brown. Also adding some of that as well as Colleen Smith. Colleen Smith, the leader in kills for this team with 81 on the year. She also leads the team in aces with 19. She's yet to serve tonight. But the Thunder with this 18-12 lead. North Park is going to have to make a push here following this timeout. They look ready. They're on the court waiting for the Thunder huddle to break. The Vikings here in the all-black uniforms with the yellow numbers, the gold numbers, other than Tamuda, who's the libero in the blue. The Thunder in their gray uniforms with the white numbers, and then High, the libero, in the white with the blue numbers. We get a look here at Coach Stephanie Schmidt, her third season here with the Thunder. Gers to serve, 18-12, the Thunder lead. Tamuda, a first touch and then a little miscommunication there. Looks like Kate Widman couldn't quite decide if she was going to go after that one or let Louis Peralta have it. Peralta just a too little, too late. As now Gers will serve again. Gers over to Tamuda, the first touch. And a great block by that Thunder front line. Another attack from the outside, and the block just too far off the net. That ball will slip down in between. That's a great swing on the outside by Kate Widman. Service now goes back to North Park. Thunder with a 19-13 lead, and Bethany Geidner not able to keep that one within the lines as Geidner faults on the serve here. She will check out of this game, and Tamuda will check back in. Brown serves over to Tamuda. The set, and now the attack, and Brown not able to connect that one, as looked like it was the swing from the back row coming from Peralta that was able to sneak past Brown. It's now 20-14. Thunder need to push for 5 here to finish up this first set. Rue with the service. Anderson sets up in a little tip by the Thunder, now out to Smith. Smith swings on it, sent up in the air, and a nice job by Nikki Ahlstrand as she gets a kill. The set coming from Meyer, and then Ahlstrand sending into that back corner. Service back over to North Park. This one off the net. The service from Rue. So the Thunder will get the serve back. It's 21-15. Funk will check back into the game, this time for Smith, and Funk will immediately head back to serve. Funk sends this one up. Now it's Matthews on the outside for a swing. Good block, and then sent back up again. Smith with a tip, a little too high. Matthews gets there easily, and now a tip of their own. Great job by Gers. And then a great job by Funk. You see this ball going up in the air. Funk calls for it, sees that North Park defense with the hole on that left side, puts it just between the line and the nearest North Park player. Thunder take the lead 22-15. Tamuda outside to Matthews. Matthews puts this one over. Funk the back set. Swing by Sweatman. Matthews another swing, a great block coming from Byerly. It was a double block set up by Sweatman and Byerly. Byerly the one to get the final touch on it. Substitution for North Park. Katrina Bagkiss Blumenglog checking in. And that serve just a little short. You can see Funk frustrated on that one. North Park now will serve. They're down 15-23. Matthews will take the serve here. Matthews over to High. Funk sets towards the outside. Smith with a powerful strike, but just barely off the end line. Let's see it on the replay here. Block came up a little late. She had free rein on that one, but just sends it a little too far. It's now 23-17. The Thunder in the lead. Smith the first touch. Over to Gers. Sweatman attempts the swing. Set back up, and then a great touch there. Funk will have to send it over for a free ball. Tamuda goes to the bottom of your screen. Nice job by High getting it out towards Sweatman. Sweatman tries to go back over her head and is not able to put enough on that ball to get it over the net. 23-18, so North Park closes the deficit to 5. Matthews, still the server. High, laying out. Smith attempts the tip. Funk brings it back up into the air. A little joust at the top of the net. It'll stay on the Thunder side. And then a great swing by Sweatman will win the ball back for the Thunder. You see Funk putting this one up in the air for Sweatman. It'll now be Colleen Smith who will serve. It's 24-18 in favor of the Thunder. Set point here in our first set. Smith sends this one towards Matthews, spinning up in the air. Tamuda gets the second touch. Has to go over the net from Clement. Funk sets up towards the middle. Sweatman, and the kill! The Thunder take set 1 on an emphatic finish from Emma Sweatman on this one. Sneaking it right between Matthews and Tamuda. The teams will now switch sides. And the Wheaton Thunder take set 1 from the North Park Vikings here. We'll have a couple minutes before we start set number 2. Thanks for joining us on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. If you're just joining us, my name is Abram Erickson. I want to thank you for tuning in tonight here in King Arena on the campus of Wheaton College as we're seeing this CCIW matchup between the Wheaton Thunder and the North Park Vikings. The Thunder coming off of a 2-1 showing at the Maryland Scribner Invitational last weekend. They were opened the weekend with a 3-0 sweep of North Central, which was their CCIW opener. Then they defeated St. Mary's in straight sets. And after that, dropped their final game of the Invitational to Dominican to close the weekend. It was a 5-set thriller, but the Thunder ultimately going down in that one. Ellie Brown and Colleen Smith earned all tournament honors for the Thunder, and they're two of these Thunder players who have showed that strength tonight, both combining very well. Brown with 6 kills on the night already. Colleen Smith with 3. Brown leads with 12 total attacks. Smith has 11 of her own, and Audrey Gers has 11 as well. On the other side, Alicia Funk has 5 assists, but it's Marley Anderson who leads the Thunder. 9 assists in that first set. Over on the North Park side, Kaylin Matthews led her team, had 4 kills. 7 assists came from Christina Gata. So the Thunder with the advantage there. We've got just about a minute to go before we start set number 2. The Thunder winning set 1 convincingly in 25-18 fashion, and it really was a stretch during the middle of that set where Audrey Gers continued to serve and was able to slot ball after ball into nice position, setting up the Thunder for a couple great attacks. As we look to go into this second set, I think the Thunder just have to play with the same energy that they've had throughout this one. Certainly been enthusiastic, not playing in front of a huge crowd tonight, but still you can hear them in the huddle, certainly feeling good about what happened in that last game, as North Park, though they're only 5-5, coming off a big win against Wash U a little earlier in the season. Their most recent games, they are on a 3-game losing streak, the Vikings. They won the first 2 matches of the year, but then falling to Mount St. Joseph, Dubuque, and then the University of Chicago most recently. So we will have switch sides here as both teams take the court. We'll get a look at who's starting on both sides. Looks like for the Thunder, it'll be Allie High, Audrey Gers, Alicia Funk, Colleen Smith, Kaylee Byerly, and Emma Sweatman. For the Vikings, it's going to be Geidner. Tamuta's out there as well with Matthews. Here comes the service from Smith. Sent over immediately, and a great job by Byerly to react quickly to that errant pass. Just had a little too much on it as she tried to get it up to Gata. Instead, Byerly there to meet it at the top of the net. The Thunder take the early 1-0 lead in set 2. Smith over to Matthews. Gata sets up for Clement. A good block by the Thunder. Tamuta there to bring it down. Touched again by the Thunder, and now a little miscommunication from the Thunder as it looks like High wanted to come and take that second touch. Byerly kind of got in her way there, and it prevented the Thunder from really making anything of that offensive try. It's now tied 1-1. High sends this one up. A great tip coming from Gers. A good block by the Thunder now. Ball sent up high and got a dump. And amazingly, that ball stayed alive. I thought for sure that that ball was down, but we'll get a look at it here. I think it was maybe first Gers and then Byerly who got a touch. Byerly's touch sending it all the way into that back corner. High couldn't handle it. Funk set out to Gers. Tamuta goes to the outside to Clement. Smith's touch goes high, and now Funk will just send it over to the other side, a free ball. Gata outside to Clement again, and Clement's attack sneaks in between the blockers that were set up. So great job. Looked like Byerly was a little late arriving on that block, along with Sweatman. North Park in the 3-1 lead early in the second set. High takes the first touch, and then looks like more miscommunication from the Thunder as Funk tries to set this one maybe to the outside, whereas Byerly was expecting something a little quicker. 4-1 lead for North Park now. The Thunder needing a side out to stop the run. A strong serve comes from Gata, but it'll do just that, end the run here, as that one had a whole lot of topspin on it, a whole lot of power, not able to stay between the lines. High will serve for the Thunder. It's 4-2. Matthews gets a touch on it, sent up by Gata here to this near side, and the swing by Clement is out. Let's see it here, and not very close. Funk lets that ball go past. 4-3, the North Park lead. High, the serve, just grazes the net. Clement sends it back up to Matthews. Matthews swings, and Brown up there for the block. Coming from the back row, Matthews couldn't elevate, stayed on the ground there, just behind the attack line, and then not able to get enough power to sneak it over. 4-4, the Thunder have tied things up here. A knuckling serve by High. Powerful swing and touched on the outside, so it'll be North Park point. Gata sends this one out to the outside. Widman, a powerful finish on that one after it touches off the block. North Park takes a 5-4 lead. Peralta serves to High. Funk sends this one up, and then Brown able to get it over for the Thunder. Out to the outside, and Gers able to get a touch on it, but she didn't have her hands pointed in quite enough there as it ricocheted off that left hand. Out of bounds. Bethany Geidner for North Park gets the kill there. That serve now way out, coming from Peralta. She's serving from that far corner. Tried to go cross court there. Now it's 6-5 lead. Sweatman's serve hits the top of the net. See it here, it just looks like maybe a couple inches too low as Anderson check into the game, and Deborah Smith will replace Funk and Sweatman. Geidner, service. Gers touches it up first. Anderson goes outside to Smith. Peralta gets there, and now Gata. A great block by the Thunder. It'll stay alive. Another one. This one from Deborah Smith. Over to the outside. Matthews the tip, but Anderson is there to recover. Sent outside to Gers. Gers swings, a block. Colleen Smith got a touch on it. Sent it up to Deborah Smith, but you'll see it here. A good block by North Park. Smith getting a hand on it. Sending it over to Deborah Smith, who tried to make a diving play on it, but wasn't able to get it up high enough. North Park now with the 8-5 lead. High gets this one up. Brown trying to send that one deep into the back line. Sends it a little too deep, as you see coming off that running start. It's like maybe about 2 feet long on that one. It's now 8-6, or excuse me. Looks like the point was actually awarded to the Thunder. I misspoke there, and now they'll be serving 8-6, although the ball will go right back to North Park, as Matthews just had to pass that one over the net, and then it fell in no man's land between Gers, Smith, and High. So North Park now in the lead, 9-6. New substitute into the game will be number 6, Rue. She'll serve over to High. Anderson, back set to Brown. Back to Peralta. Matthews swings off the block. Nice job by Smith to keep it alive. Smith now on the swing, and that will just go on the line. And this is a great job by Smith going down the line here. Saw that Rue had stepped up a little bit and slotted that one just along that back line. 9-7, North Park still in the lead. All set up, and then easily fielded by Gers. Smith tries the attack, but a good job by Matthews to get a hand on that one. Matthews comes up with the block. Allstrand was over there as well, but Didn't quite get there in time to get a hand on it. Matthews will now serve as North Park's in the lead, 10-7. Tip by Smith. Set up in the air. Matthews will come from the back line. And a quick set up to Byerly. That ball is out, not able to be returned by North Park. Tamuda just got too big of a touch on it, sending it up towards the official there. Another substitution for the Thunder. Funk comes in along with Sweatman. North Park now in the lead, 10-2. The Thunder cutting the deficit. Funk up to Tamuda. Meyer tipped over. And now Smith with the swing. It goes off the hands of Matthews. And that's sheer power coming from Colleen Smith as Matthews was in the right place, just not able to muscle that one up, instead ricocheting off the side of her left hand. Thunder have cut the lead to 1. It's now 10-9 here in set number 2. Funk over to Matthews. And her pass hits the top of the net, maybe ricochets off the antenna there. We'll see. Either way, it's too strong of a touch, and you could tell that she knew it as soon as she touched it. The Thunder even things up here. It's now 10-10. A nice job by North Park there as Funk's serve goes into the net. North Park retakes the lead. Up to Funk. Funk sets it to Smith. A block coming from Geidner. You see here, Funk set it up for Smith on the outside, but North Park there to meet it above the net. Now 12-10 in North Park's favor. Funk, the set, another great block. Let's see on the replay, this one either comes from Geidner or maybe Meyer. The Thunder will take a timeout as they quickly tied things up, and then North Park goes on a 3-0 run to regain the lead. They're now up 13-10 here in set 2. If you're just joining us, the Thunder victorious in set 1 as they went up early and stayed up, ultimately winning 25-18. But now in the second set, it's North Park that's been in control for most of this one. Able to string together a lot of serves, a lot of good swings and kills coming from their front line. So as we come out of this timeout, the Thunder certainly looking to regroup, maybe get back some of that energy I was talking about after set 1, because they've looked a little demoralized here in set 2 as North Park has seemed to pretty easily control things. North Park has done a great job of getting their blocks up, and Ellie Brown and Colleen Smith, who had such success in the first set, not having as much here in set number 2. Tamuda serves over to Gers. Funk goes on the outside to Smith, and right away, Colleen Smith, the quick kill coming after the timeout, brings our score to 13-11. That one just going off the hand of Rue. Smith will serve. Again, she leads the team in aces this year. Floats a long serve into the back. Clement comes and swings, and Smith able to get a touch on it, but this ball comes bouncing up into the stands. It's the power that Clement was able to get on that one, as Smith not happy that she took such a large touch on that one. Christina Gata will serve. North Park still in the lead, 14-11. Over to High, up really near towards the net as Byerly took a tip on that one. Funk, a great dig, up to High, and now Gers will swing on it. Matthews gets a touch up the outside to Clement. Clement finding the hole in that Thunder defense. It might have been Emma Sweatman who got a touch on it, just barely, with some of those left fingers of her left hand, slowing it down, but also bringing the ball to the ground quickly as Gata, a strong serve, a tip over the net by Sweatman. High sends it up for the Thunder. Funk, a back set. A great block, but then the Thunder keep it, and no, the official will award the point to the Thunder here as maybe a lift there coming from Funk. North Park in the lead 16-11. They've extended their lead to 5. Gata, another serve, a rocket, but fielded well by High. Set in the middle, a tip from Sweatman. Tamuda goes up to Clement on the outside. Funk getting the first touch. Tamuda back to Gers. Gers tipped up by Gata, and now Matthews. Tamuda will just send this one over. High the set. Ball comes over the net. And now Gers with a tip. Ricochets off the block. Tamuda sends it back over to the Thunder side. Thunder looking to regroup. A strong swing by Sweatman, and it falls in between the block of Geidner and Clement. A pretty long rally there by both teams, as it's the Thunder who come out on top of that one. They've cut the lead now to 4. It's 16-12 as Allie High looks to serve for the Thunder. Set up by Gata, and then right away, Reagan Clement for North Park coming over with a powerful swing. And Clement has been a name we've talked about a lot in this second set. The 5'7" senior outside hitter playing well. Funk over to Brown, who just checked in. A touch now comes from Peralta. Matthews will swing, touched on the block. Funk will send this one over to Gers. Gers back over to Tamuda. Handled well by the North Park side, but a great block. Although it's just barely out. Looked as if that one came down within play, but the block by Brown just barely heading out past that line. North Park now with a large lead. They're up 6. It's 18-12. The Thunder desperately need a side out and string something together here. There's the point. Looks like it got a touch, although it sailed well off that line. Let's see, Sweatman. And it was either Widman or Geidner who touched that one. Thunder will serve. They do get the side out. It's now 18-13. That deficit seeming to hover right around 5 most of this set. Hit up high by Tamuda, and then she'll have to go back over to High. Brown blocked, but Smith able to recover. Funk sends it wide, tipped off the block. And that ball lands on the line as Geidner sends this one out. It just looked like this was going to float right over into the out of play territory, but Geidner able to guide that one right onto the line. 19-13, a 6-point lead for North Park. Geidner, a running serve, fielded by High. Anderson tips it over the net, and a great job by Anderson to sneak that one in across the North Park defense. One Viking player was able to get a touch on it, but not enough to keep it up in the air. As now Gers will serve. 19-14 here in set 2. Gers, serve goes off the net, fielded by Matthews, who will now take a swing. Up towards the middle, there is a whistle, and point goes over to North Park. Looks like maybe North Park wanted a substitution. The official had to blow the whistle there and make sure that everything was going all right. And so what they will do is give the ball back to North Park. It's now 20-14. Service coming here from Rue. High sends it up in the air. Anderson down to Smith. Smith gets a great swing on it, but sent up by Tamuda. High comes flying in, able to save that one. Into the middle, off the block, and then, oh, the second touch. Maybe by Brown there, as it looked like Gers was going to be able to get there on the dive. Instead, it redirects the ball out of Gers' hand, and now North Park beginning to run away with this one, a 7-point lead. Smith goes into the middle to Anderson. Deborah Smith coming out with the attack. A great job by High to keep this ball in play. But now it's just barely over the sideline. A diving play by Allie High. Anderson tried to keep it in play, but instead it goes wide, and Meyer just Smart to let that one land. It's 22-14, an 8-point lead, the largest of the set so far. And so Wheaton certainly looking to regroup in this timeout. North Park, on the other hand, looking to push ahead. They simply need to push 3 to even this up and take set 2 away from the Thunder after the Thunder came in and won set 1, 25-18. We'll see what team comes out on the court here for the Thunder, but right now for the Vikings, it's Margaret Rue along with Louis Peralta, Kaylin Matthews. We've got Kasia Meyer, and then the 6th player, we will wait to see who comes onto the floor here. Looks like it'll be Bianca Tamuda, who's out there as well. The Thunder look to break the huddle now. So Anderson will come back onto the floor along with High, Brown, both Deborah and Colleen Smith, and then Audrey Gers. 22-14, North Park with the serve coming from Rue. Colleen Smith, the first pass. Over to Deborah Smith, who has a tip over. This one coming over to High. The set comes from Anderson, and then the swing by Gers, touched on by the North Park player. It was actually a tip there that just went deep into Viking territory. Peralta able to get a hand on it, but not enough. Wheaton now brings the score to 22-15 as Tamuda sends this one over. Gers gets a touch. Anderson goes up into the middle. Smith a tip. Fielded there by Meyer. A swing, powerful, but Ellie Brown making a great decision in letting that one go off the sideline. Just a really, really powerful swing by Matthews, but it's just off that sideline, and so the Thunder now with 2 in a row. And there's an ace for Ellie Brown as her serve ricochets off the net. 3 in a row for the Thunder and a timeout, this time taken by North Park. There's still life in these Wheaton Thunder players as they close the gap. It was a 22-14 lead for North Park, and just like that, in just a couple minutes, it's now a 22-17 lead for North Park. A much more manageable 5-point difference for the Thunder, and North Park still only has to push for 3, while the Thunder need to put 8 more points on the board before getting to 25. So once again, it's the Thunder looking to talk through maybe a little more strategy, while North Park is just eager to get back out on the court. They're out there waiting already, although momentum seems to be on the side of the Thunder. Once again, it's Meyer, Matthews, Allstrand, Peralta, Rue, and Tamuda on the floor for the Vikings. Thunder break huddle and will try to keep this roll going. Ellie Brown will be the server. She's gotten 3 in a row now. And let's see what she can do here. It's Colleen and Deborah Smith, Kaylee Byerly, Marley Anderson, Audrey Gers, and Ellie Brown on the floor for the Thunder. Brown over to Peralta. A back set up ahead to Allstrand. And a great job by Gers to get a touch on it as she dives in, but this one goes underneath the net. Not enough height on that one. I don't think it was the swing that Allstrand wanted. It looked like it came off her hand a little slowly, but that actually helped her out as the ball fell in front of Gers. But now Matthews' serve goes into the net here. Not unable to get enough height to keep it over, and Alicia Funk will check in for the Thunder along with Emma Sweatman. 23-18, still a 5-point lead. Funk, a knuckling serve that falls short, and that serve didn't have an iota of spin on it as that came right over the net, knuckled and fell right at the feet of Rue. Nothing she could do on that one. 23-19, Thunder closing within 4. Funk goes to Rue again. Set up by Meyer, swing by Allstrand. Over to the Thunder side, out to Sweatman. Sweatman send that ball deep into the back line and over near the bench. Tamuda able to make a play on it. Allstrand over to the Thunder side. Tip on this near side, almost gets down, but a great play made by Meyer. A long rally here as Funk goes to the outside, touched up by Tamuda. Tamuda will call for it and send it deep into that back corner, but it's fielded by High. A swing into the middle, Tamuda keeps it alive. Quick dump, and now the Thunder will just send it back over, coming from Smith. Ball blocked up into the air. Funk, a quick set, and Byerly finishes that one off. And that's going to be the longest rally that we've seen in this game. Byerly able to finish it off with a quick set coming from Funk. Great communication between those two. Funk going to serve here as the Thunder close within 3, 23-20. North Park leads. Up into the air, Meyer onto the outside. Clement gets a great swing and the ball falls short in front of Gers, bringing us to set point. Here in our second set, it's 24-20. North Park leads. Serve will come here from Tamuda. Tamuda goes to Gers. Back set, Smith, the block, but it's deflected out of play, so the Thunder will win it back and will stay alive. Colleen Smith, a powerful swing from the outside. Deflected off of Geidner. Now it's Colleen Smith to serve, 24-21. Matthews gets a touch, that's over near the bench. Two North Park players coming in to make a play on that ball. Funk out to Gers, a block. It goes back up and Tamuda goes over, almost hitting the floor there, but Funk keeping it alive, a good block. Dug out by Smith, and then Byerly comes over for a great swing, working her way in towards the middle after Funk puts the ball up. We've seen Funk and Byerly connect here a couple of times, and no more important time than that one. 24-22, the Thunder still working back. North Park been on set point here for a while, but Wheaton continuing to claw back. They will need 2 more to even it up, and of course it is win by 2, and so they will need more than 3 to finish this one out. Wheaton, of course, winning set 1, could take a convincing 2-0 lead with this set, but North Park just is able to even this one up. Thunder will come out with the serve. Colleen Smith to serve, leading server on the team in terms of aces. Smith over to Matthews, sent up in the air by Meyer. Clement has to come off of her line, and a good block. Looks like that one maybe touched the ground before they tried to keep it. And a great job by the Thunder to bring within 1. 24-23, North Park still leads. Smith, the serve to Matthews. Up by Meyer, Clements will take a swing. High easily fields it, up to Funk. On the outside, Matthews keeping it alive. Meyer to Clement, Clement works her way inside, a block coming from the Thunder. Tipped up and from her knees, keeping this one alive. Byerly comes over, point awarded to North Park, and that's how set 2 will end. You see it on the replay here, where she's called with it. Looks like it was Funk on that set. Going to be called there, and so North Park winning set 2, and they were in control all set long, but looked like they were maybe going to slip a little bit towards the end of that set, able to hang on just by a thread here and taking the 25-23 lead. We're going to take a quick break here before we head into set 3. Thanks for joining us on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. I'm Abram Erickson. We'll be back after a quick intermission. Welcome back inside King Arena, where we are getting ready to start set 3 here between the North Park Vikings and the Wheaton Thunder. Thanks for joining us. I'm Abram Erickson here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network, and here we are to kick things off in set 3. Ellie Brown coming over with the swing. Gata sends it back up in the air, and then the block by the Thunder deflects out of bounds, and North Park will once again go up in this one. That's really what helped North Park win that second set, was going up early and just continuing to take the lead. They really kept about a 5-point lead throughout that entire set, right up until the end, where the Thunder were able to close it within 1 before North Park could finish it off. Looking to the outside, Clement, a powerful attack that finds the corner really nicely. Reagan Clement coming in and slotting that ball right in that near corner. Really, really powerful swing coming from her. Clement already with 7 kills over the first 2 sets. Anderson setting this one up to Brown. Tomuda gets 2 hands on it, and Matthews keeps it alive, but her touch will send it into the stands. And that's powerful coming from Brown. Matthews making a great play on the ball, but not able to flick it back up over her head. So the score will be tied 2-2. The Thunder will serve. They're back on the left side of the court. Tomuda, a touch there, and now a great block by the Thunder keeps the ball on the North Park side. Matthews a swing. Once again, the serve, or the swing, excuse me, deflecting out of play. 2 Thunder blockers, Deborah Smith and Ellie Brown, not able to turn their hands in enough to keep that ball in play. North Park leads 3-2. Geidner's serve comes over to the Thunder side, and then Colleen Smith not able to get a good touch on that ball. Looks like a little bit of a miss hit. And sure enough, that ball not going to come off her hand the way she wanted, as you can see on the replay. North Park now up 4-2. North Park looking for their first conference victory in their first conference game. Smith sends this one deep in the corner, but it's kept alive by Peralta. Matthews swings right into the block. Gata sends this one up, and her swing is out of play. Swing came from the outside from Whitman. Anderson does a good job of letting that one go. Brown the service. Up to Gata. Touched by Allstrand. Out to Smith. Tomuda sends this one all the way over to the Thunder side, almost going over to that Wheaton bench because of how much power Smith had on there. A good job of her to get low and get a touch on it, but just too much power for her to handle. It's now 4-4. Tomuda up into the air, all the way out to Matthews. Matthews tried to reach back over her head for this one. As you see, the set comes and is just a little deep as it works its way towards the sideline. The Thunder now up 5-4. Matthews and slots that ball right in a spot where no Thunder players were to be found, is just going all the way across the court. We see number 6, Margaret Rue, check in for the Vikings. She will head back to serve. 5-5 our score. Gers pops this one up in the air. Smith with a tip, but Tomuda is there waiting. And then Matthews has a swing that just sneaks in between the net and the waiting arms of Smith and Byerly. North Park takes the lead. That serve going off the antenna, and you could tell by the spin on that ball, I don't think it came off the hand of Rue like she wanted, as it went swirling over towards that far side, going off the antenna. Point awarded to the Thunder, now 6-6. Funk now serving, who she was the one that served and brought Wheaton back towards the end of that game. There's that knuckling serve coming from her. touched on the block, and now Funk, a back set. That ball is out. Took a second there as the referee looked like he maybe hesitated for just a second, but on the replay we can tell that that one was clearly off the sideline. Funk goes over, and Smith with a great block as it looked like Meyer just wants to send this one over, but Smith is there waiting, and so now 3 points in a row for the Thunder brings our score to 8-6. A short serve almost takes the Vikings defense off guard, and now a quick set from Funk. North Park will win the ball back. The swing comes from Byerly and then is sent right back at her before she even finishes her follow through. No chance on that one. Thunder in the lead 8-7. Serve comes to Colleen Smith. Up in the air. Ball comes back to her. Tipped into the middle where Tamuda gets a touch on it. A great job by Gers keeping that alive. And that point comes to the Thunder. Let's see on that replay. Thought there was a touch, but the referee, or the official, excuse me, looks around, sees no touch, and awards the point to the Thunder. They win the valuable side out, and they're now up 9-7. A great serve and an ace for the Thunder by Colleen Smith. She will add that to her total as that ball falls at the feet of 2 Vikings players. Smith to serve again. Thunder in the lead 10-7. Matthews, the first pass. Second one. And then Matthews will try to swing from the back row. Not able to get on top of that ball. Not able to flick that wrist quite enough, although it had certainly some amount of topspin, not enough to keep it in play. 3 serves in a row for Colleen Smith. The Thunder in the lead 11-7. A little confusion among the officials here, but ball will stay with Smith. Smith, a nice serve to that back line. Kept up in the air. That ball was over the head of Allstrand, but she made a nice play on it. Sweatman out, and a great block off of the swing from Clement. Funk keeps it up in the air. High keeps this one alive, and then Colleen Smith will send the free ball over the North Park side. The North Park bench loud, and then a touch by the Thunder, even though that ball maybe would have stayed out. It looks like it was Nikki Allstrand who came over with the swing. North Park will win the serve back. It's now 11-8. Wheaton continues to lead. Funk trying to get over, and then no one there to recover that play. That ball hit into no man's land over by the scorer's table. Funk makes a good effort, but not able to get there to keep the ball up. Funk now towards the middle. Tip from Sweatman. Sent up in the air by Tamuda. Back to Smith. Funk set to the outside. Good swing by Gers. Allstrand keeping it alive. Into Funk. Funk set towards the middle. Tried to play into the back corner, and now Gers with a really quick tip, and that's a great play by Audrey Gers as this ball comes up and looks as if she's just going to maybe tip it over. Instead opts to send it to the right, back towards the middle of the court. The Thunder get the side out. They lead 12-9. Great serve by Allie. High, it's an ace. And the Thunder extend their lead. It's a timeout. This Thunder team happy here, and they're leading by 4 early in set 3. They're up 13-9 here. Wheaton College, of course, winning the first set. North Park taking the second in a close one, 25-23. The score of set 1, of course, being 25-18 in Wheaton's favor. So now it's the Thunder that lead 13-9. After tonight's game against North Park, the Thunder will head to Madison, Wisconsin, where they'll play in the Edgewood Triangular. They'll face Edgewood first, on September 21st at 12 p.m. And then after that, they'll play the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh on that same day. It'll be at 2 p.m. though. They'll return to a conference schedule where they'll play Carthage. A couple games off before they really hit the meat of that conference schedule in early October, where they face off against Milligan, Elmhurst, Augustana, and Illinois Wesleyan 4 games in a row. They'll finish off their season with Carroll on October 30th, the final game of their CCIW season. We're back here down on the court. Thunder serving, Alley High following that ace. Ball goes out to Clement, a block by the Thunder. Clement keeps it alive. Passed over the net. Back set, and a great swing from Ellie Brown as she comes over off of the set that came from Sweatman. That's now 3 points in a row for the Thunder under the service of Alley High. 14-9, the lead. High gets this ball to Rue. Set up by Meyer. Clement's swing is no good, so the Thunder will win the point yet again, and that one I think was just too high, coming up over Clement's left shoulder, trying to reach back with that right hand. Doesn't get the power that she's looking for. Meyer coming back. Great job off of the block by Colleen Smith. Gers keeps that one in bounds, and it's a last touch by Crystal Jimenez that keeps that ball in play. I think that was going to be out. Jimenez coming over and trying to get a touch on it. Of course, in that situation, always tough to tell, but the Thunder benefit from it there as they're now up 16-9, taking a 7-point lead. High goes to Matthews, who just checked in, outside to Clement. Clement, though she's been dangerous on the outside there, not able to keep that one in play. The Thunder still in the lead. High to serve. This one comes in short. High to serve. Peralta, and she swings into the net. Ball stays with the Thunder. Looks like she was looking at the official there, but no whistle. 18-9. Now the Thunder lead. Matthews up in the middle. Funk there to take the tip away. Gers comes over. Deflects off the block to Tamuda. Set up in the air by Meyer. Peralta gets a swing on it. Sends it up to Funk. Tamuda, a great dig there. Almost over the head of Colleen Smith, but she gets it to Alley High. Gers a tip. It falls down off the shoulder of Geidner, and now Tamuda keeps it alive. Funk to the outside. Swung on, tipped a couple of times, but the ball hits the floor. Ball tipped first off of Meyer. She tried to hit it up again to a teammate, but it fell in between a circle of Vikings. 19-9, the Thunder now up 10, coming off of 8 straight points. Alley High has been the server for all 8, and she's really set this Thunder team up well. 1 ace out of those 8 serves, but the rest nicely positioned. This Thunder team really doing a great job of coming out of that really close second set to get on top, although North Park scored the first 2 points of this second set. The Thunder certainly not discouraged at all as they came out firing, and now have come out, they're on an 8-0 run, which brought them to this 19-9 lead. It was a close one up until then, with the Thunder only leading 11-9, but it's been all the Thunder just in these last couple minutes of play. They'll break the huddle. North Park certainly needing a side out here desperately to stop the bleeding in this one. High, of course, sticking with the serve. Over to Matthews. Matthews' pass comes a little too much off that right forearm and causes it to ricochet into a spot where no one was. Bethany Geidner had just vacated that area. Now it's 20-9. Matthews the first touch. Up that ball gets in between Brown and Sweatman. Funk gets a touch on it but sends it out of play, and there is the side out that North Park was looking for. 9 straight points by the Thunder. It's now 20-10. Serve coming from Meyer. Thunder needing only 5 to end this set. Sweatman. This one up to Matthews. Geithner hits into the block. Quick set from Funk, and Brown sends that one to the floor. As Brown just gets that one in between the two blockers. Substitution now. Christina Gata checks back in the game. 21-10 in favor of the Thunder. Sweatman to serve. Sweatman goes up to Gata. Big swing, but Thunder keep it alive with 2 diving plays. The outside. Funk is waiting. Out to Gers, and Gers, although she swung that one right into the block, it came off of Geithner's hand and deflects out to the right and out of play. 22-10 now for the Thunder. Sweatman serve, that one way long. Tons of power on that one. It'll be 22-11. Marley Anderson checks in for the Thunder. Deborah Smith replacing Emma Sweatman and Alicia Funk. Serve goes back over to North Park. Peralta, the 5'9" junior, will take the serve. Quick set up to Brown, and there was no chance there. Just a great play set up by the Thunder. Anderson with the quick set, Brown coming from the middle. No block whatsoever, and Tamuda just on her own to try to get a hand on that, but simply grazes her hand as it heads over her head. 23-11, Gers the serve. Up in the middle, swing coming off. Anderson not able to get the dig. A good swing by Widman. Little back set into the middle, and then off the arms of Anderson. 23-12. It's an 11-point deficit. As we see, Geithner will sub out in favor of Katrina Bagkis-Bumenglag. Gers, first touch, pass back to Smith, goes off the hand of Christina Gata. That ball looked like it was heading out of play, and Gata tries to get the hand out of the way, but not able to pull it back fast enough. And so Ellie Brown will serve here with a chance at set point. It's 24-12. Ball played up by Gata, coming into the middle. Brown, dig, over to Smith. Smith! A great job in the kill to end set number 3. Back set from Anderson, finished off by Deborah Smith. The Thunder take the win in set 3, 25-12. And talk about a convincing one. It was the first set where the Thunder won 25-18 that I mentioned that it looked like a convincing one, but really this one showed that the Thunder were in control. Once again, we're gonna take a quick break here before we head into what could be our final set of the night. Set 4, Wheaton winning set 1. North Park coming back set 2, but the Thunder come up to win set 3 and send us into set 4 here on WTSN. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rob Ribby and I'm director here at Honey Rock, and I'm excited to talk to you about Advance Camp. Advanced Camp is one of the most unique and powerful programs at Honey Rock, and it is at a critical time for young people between junior high and high school, and helping to equip and prepare them to manage that significant transition. It's a 3-week program that has a wilderness trip, some significant in-camp experiences around our activity areas and Bible studies, and then thirdly has a significant service component. The whole goal of the program is to prepare them and help them understand who they are and how they can stand for Christ and live in healthy and whole ways as they enter the significant years of high school. I think it is one of the best investments you can make at this important time in their lives. We hope to see you next summer. God bless.
We are back inside King Arena. Thanks for joining us, Thunder Volleyball fans, as we look to get set 4 started here in this matchup between the Wheaton Thunder and the North Park Vikings. If you're just joining us and just getting a chance to tune in, we'll let you know that Wheaton took off, winning set number 1, 25-18, but North Park clawed back and took a very close set 2 victory, 25-23, and then it was Wheaton with the commanding set 3 win, 25-12. I'm Abram Erickson here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network, getting set to start set number 4 in what could be our final set if things go the way that they did at the end of that 3rd set. The Thunder just absolutely commanding in that one. The momentum surely on the side of the Thunder at this point. They will start with the serve. It's going to be Colleen Smith to begin with. Colleen Smith, 9 kills on the day. She serves here over to Matthews on the Viking side. Geidner tipping this one over. Funk down to Gers. Good job by North Park to keep it alive. That one sent up by Byerly. Now Funk. On the outside is Sweatman, still alive. Matthews coming in from the back row and just pushing that one forward, falling into the empty space on the Thunder mid-court. North Park taking the 1-0 lead, and they did the same back in the last set. They actually went up 2-0, but the Thunder quickly stormed back. North Park looking for a set, kind of like set number 2, where they were in the lead by about 5 points the entire way. This ball fielded by High, up to Hunt, and that ball looked like it was very close to that end line off the swing coming from Sweatman. We'll see if we get a chance to see it. It's a little bit out of frame, but that back referee is saying that it was out, so North Park takes the quick 2-0 lead. And it'll go right back to the Thunder as that serve coming from Meyer, just too strong. The Thunder will come back from High. Now Allie High was the architect of a 9-0 run for the Thunder in set 2 that really set the Thunder apart. Funk comes over to Gers. Gers' swing gets through the block, and now it'll be from the back row. Matthews attempting a very difficult swing there, and just too much on it again. We haven't seen her able to get that swing from the back row to stay in bounds. 2-2. High serves. Clement Her swing goes right to Colleen Smith, and now just punched up by Sweatman. A good tip by Smith allows High to get to it. Matthews comes streaking in, and that ball ricochets off of Ellie Brown's shoulder. North Park will ultimately get the point, but let's see if we can take a look at this one as Matthews tips it over the net. It's punched up by Sweatman off of Brown's right shoulder and then deflects over the net. But it set up a powerful strike by North Park, and they take the 3-2 lead. This point comes to the Thunder. Gers able to sneak that one in off of Geidner's right hand. 3-3 now. Substitutions of Deborah Smith and Marley Anderson enter this game. We are knotted at 3. Anderson over to Tamuda. Myers keeps it in the air. Swing came from Kruger, who just entered. Smith getting that ball off the net, and now a little miscommunication there, but Deborah Smith able to keep it alive. And then speaking of miscommunication, it strikes on the Thunder side as Kruger and Tamuda. Not sure who has to deal with that one, and so it goes off of the court and out of play. 4-3, the Thunder lead here in set 4. Marley Anderson, that ball certainly in as somebody on the North Park sideline called out. But that one was in by a good foot or so, and a great ace coming from Anderson. 5-3, the Thunder lead. Anderson over now in the middle, a great block coming from Brown. Goes over towards the scorer's table. Tamuda keeps it alive. Meyer sends the free ball. A set towards this near side. Deflects off of the block by Kruger, and Gers gets that one. Thunder up 6-3, now a 4-0 run with Anderson serving. We'll take a second as we wipe the floor with a towel over on the North Park side. That's what will cause a little bit of a delay here, but if you're North Park, you certainly don't want the Thunder to get out ahead like they did in that third set. It was a close set until it got to about 11-9, and that's when the Thunder reeled off the 10-0 run. Anderson's serve comes up to Meyer. Kruger, the swing, and no Thunder player able to get a good touch on that one. A good swing by Kruger, and I think it deflected off of the net and then also off of Colleen Smith's left arm. 6-4, North Park staying within 2. Geidner over to High. Anderson sets it up high, and now Deborah Smith coming over, winning that ball. Looks like it goes directly in between the outstretched arms of Kenzie Kruger of North Park, and so it's a 7-4 lead for the Thunder. That set deep into the back line. Meyer coming all the way back to get that one. Matthews, powerful strike, but it's off the block. Now Smith, a swing of her own, and that'll be a kill coming off the hand of Kenzie Kruger. Smith just able to elevate. A great job by her, the 5'11" sophomore outside hitter. Eight to 4 lead for the Thunder as Gers serves, and that serve is just short, and so North Park will have that gap closed just a little bit. We see Emily Nitko subbed out. She was only on for a very brief period of time there, but she's subbed out by Margaret Rue. Rue will serve over to High. Anderson keeps it up. Comes to the outside to Smith. Ball kept up by Tamuda. A really nice dig, and now Rue sends it over to the Thunder side. Set up Tamuda. That ball ricochets off the ceiling, and nothing you can do about that one if you're Bianca Tamuda. She gets the touch just like she should, and just has a little too much power on it, going off some of that grid work up in the ceiling. Brown to serve. 9-5 Thunder lead. Meyer comes out of nowhere to pass that up, and then sends a great set over to Matthews, who puts that one away for the Vikings. No one defending that back corner. And so North Park keeps the Thunder at bay. Although Kaylin Matthews' serve goes directly into the net. Substitutions here. Similar rotation like we've seen. Anderson and Smith head out. Funk and Sweatman come in. We've got Byerly out there as well, who just came in for Ellie Brown. Funk, a great job of serving as well in that third set. Almost brought the Thunder all the way back. Stalling short at 23, but a good block up front by Byerly. I believe was who got the hand on it. Looks like almost a triple block there by the Thunder, as they had all three players up front on that ball. Funk over to Jimenez, and Jimenez just had the ball come off of her hands a little weird. We'll have our first timeout of this fourth set. The Thunder lead 12-6, and they're just beginning to pull away with 3 straight points here. It's been pretty even so far. North Park taking the first 2. Wheaton coming back with 2 of their own and then trading points. The largest run of this set has been 4 in a row by Wheaton. That came when the score was 3-2 in North Park's favor. Wheaton then reeled off 3 in a row to make the score 7-3. So as we come out of this timeout, North Park not wanting Wheaton to extend this lead any more than maybe a manageable 3 to 5 points. They're already at 6 right now. The Thunder come out with Allie High, Alicia Funk, Kaylee Byerly, Colleen Smith, Emma Sweatman, and Audrey Gers. Funk will serve. Funk serves in the middle towards Rue. Myers sends this one outside to Allstrand, and that's a great kill by Nikki Allstrand. Alicia Funk and Allie High almost colliding there at the end of that play. Tamuda, the libero, now to serve. Ball comes to the middle. Sweatman able to get this one over to the Viking side, and Rue came over and got a touch. Diving behind her was her teammate, but the Thunder able to win that point. 13-7 now. Colleen Smith serves in towards the middle to Meyer, and a great tip, but kept alive by Colleen Smith. Not enough though to win the point for the Thunder, as then Funk came soaring in, trying to punch that ball up in the air. Not able to. Serve will come from Meyer. Meyer goes over to High. Funk, quick set to Byerly. Dig by Tamuda. Outside to Clement. Clement, a tip up to Funk. And now High sends this in towards the middle. Gers will just pass this one over. Clement sends a free ball deep into the corner, and Allie High wisely lets that one go out of bounds. And she had that corner covered up, so she knew that once it was outside, she was able to let that one hit the ground. Ellie Brown checks back in. High to serve with the 14-8 lead. Misplayed by Jimenez, and so it's an ace for High. She will continue to serve here. 15-8. Wheaton extending their lead to 7. Tamuda, first touch. Out to Geidner. Geidner making contact with that ball as she came on her way down. Maybe mistimed the jump just a little bit. Came off the fingertips. And so the Thunder are now up 16-8. An 8-point lead coming off 3 straight points. A knuckling serve over to Clement. Ball coming back out to Clement for the swing, but Colleen Smith is right there. Funk up to the outside. A good block by Geidner and Kruger. Really nice job by them to set themselves up in front of Gers. And although Colleen Smith was covering pretty well, she wasn't able to flick that one back up in the air. North Park keep the Thunder from extending the lead any further. Peralta serves. Gers now deflects off of Geidner. Outside to Matthews. Matthews blocked by Brown and Sweatman. She'll try again. Goes over to Smith. Touched by Myers. Up to Temuta, who will send this one back over. Funk, a set. Quick one to Brown. Stays alive on the Thunder side. Tipped over, and a perfectly placed tip coming from Emma Sweatman. Just like almost looked like a star formation for North Park that this ball just dropped directly in the middle of. So 17-9. Wheaton now lead back up to 8, which is tied for the largest of the game. Anderson serves. Matthews a first touch. Temuta back up to Myers. Back set over to Brown. Brown serve is blocked, and now Gers able to follow it up. And we see that it was Myers who came up all the way into that front line. Looked like she maybe wanted to get up there to block, but didn't get there soon enough. Kind of caught in the middle, well off the back line, and that's exactly where the swing came down. This ball deep, and High makes a good play on it in the corner, as you can see here. And then Deborah Smith tries to keep it up high from the ground on her side, trying to get a touch on it as well, but no dice, and now it's 18-10. Wheaton in the lead. That serve is out, just a little too long for Bethany Geidner. See, that ball had plenty of drop on it, but not quite enough, still struck too strongly. Gers with the serve, and same thing coming from the Thunder, almost exactly in the same spot. Again, just maybe a foot or two off that end line. 19-11, Thunder lead. Service by Rue. Rue up into the middle to Anderson. Quick set to Brown. Brown pushes it over. And now from the back line, Peralta will attempt over to Gers. Gers, same thing, but hers goes into the net. And so North Park, with their first 2 points in a row for a long, long time. And by a long time, I mean since the very first 2 points of this game when they went up 2-0. Other than that, not able to string any points together as Ellie Brown comes in. And that swing deflects off of the one-man block that came from Allstrand. 20-12, Thunder up by 8. Just need to push for 5 more to end this one. Good serve. And a tip over Anderson and Brown, both there, and then Anderson as well, keeping this alive. Outside of Matthews. Great block by Deborah Smith. It looked like she wasn't going to get there, or she was maybe a little out of position, but hops to her right with plenty of time, angles those hands in towards the court, and picks up a clutch block that extends this Thunder lead to 9. Brown serves. Peralta gets a touch. Over to Matthews. Tipped up by Byerly. Kept alive by Smith. Outside to Deborah Smith, and then that swing deflects off of Matthews and out of play. The Thunder now 3 points away, taking a 10-point lead. This set looking an awful lot like the previous one. A pass attempted by Temuta. Comes off of her hand the wrong way. It looked like she wanted to get it up in the middle to Meyer, her setter. She wasn't able to do that. It's now 23-12. 2 more points for the Thunder. Brown's serve comes to Temuta. Outside, blocked by the Thunder, but kept alive. Meyer, now Peralta from the backside. And that ball is in just barely. A nice job by North Park to stop the run, and that ball just floats over Brown and Gers. Brown throws up her hands as if to say, it's out, I hope. And it just wasn't quite in. The lead is cut to 10. 23-13. North Park in the lead. Excuse me, Wheaton in the lead. North Park making the run here as Byerly is blocked at the net. A strong block by Nikki Allstrand. Byerly went up one-on-one, and Allstrand able to position that right hand in front of the oncoming swing. And now serve, knuckles, and Gers can't play it well enough, so North Park now stringing 3 points together. First time they've done that all game long, 23-15. Service comes to Gers. It's a little strong. Tipped over the net, and there's Anderson. She knew what she had done there. Just reached over and lifted that one up. 23-16. Lead cut down to 7 for the first time in a while. Anderson outside. Colleen Smith, a touch on the block, but nice job to keep it alive. Clement, powerful swing. High keeps it alive. And now Smith, beautiful positioning, except just a little too far. In fact, more of a great idea. Positioning not quite there, as it just ekes its way over that sideline. The Thunder in the lead, 23-17. North Park coming off 5 straight points. And so North Park in this huddle certainly looking for a way to push ahead. They're still 6 points down, but that's closer than they've been for most of this one. Wheaton, on the other hand, has had a comfortable lead all throughout, as they've been able to string together nice stretches of 3 and 4 points in a row where they haven't allowed a side out. And so as we come down, the Thunder need 2 more points to end this one, pick up their second conference victory, move to 9-2 and 2-0 in the CCIW. North Park looking to stay alive here in set 4. A win would improve their record to 6-5. A loss would move them to 5-6. And they'll either be 1-0 or 0-1 in the CCIW after this one. North Park with the serve. Crystal Jimenez will take it, the freshman. Played a valuable role for North Park, seeing a lot of time in this game. Serve is deep, fielded by Hyde. A tip by Smith is nice, and then a joust up above the net by Colleen Smith. Clement sends this one over. Anderson, back set, over to Smith. Smith, a great swing, and this one comes too far off the sideline. The Thunder now 1 point away from finishing off North Park. Substitution, Funk checks back in to try to finish this one off at the service. Colleen Smith comes in as well. Sweatman and Byerly up front. Funk, her serve, fielded. Now up, a block, kept alive. Outside to Clement. Clement, a tip, high, a nice job keeping it alive. Now over. Blocked, Temuda sets it up. A second of breather, and then Clement goes down. She slipped as she backed up. You see her get to that line and just lose her footing there as that right foot slipped out from under her. And so the Thunder take this set 4 from North Park. They win the set 25-17, and they win the game overall in 4 sets. The Thunder took the win in set 1, going 25-18. It was then North Park's lone set win of the night, 25-23. Wheaton came storming back with a 25-12 victory in the 3rd set, and then another commanding 4th set here, while they were able to finish North Park off 25-17, the 4th set win for the Thunder. And you get a look there at head coach Stephanie Schmidt. She's got to be happy with her team's performance tonight as they move to 9-2 overall, 2-0 in the CCIW, matching their win total in the conference for the entire season last year, as they went 2-6 on the year. North Park was one of those teams that they had beaten, and oddly enough, so was North Central. So the 2 wins that the Thunder have now in this one, the same 2 wins that they had in conference last year. They will match up a couple more times before they meet another conference opponent. They will head to the Edgewood Triangular next week on September 21st in Madison, Wisconsin. They'll face off against Edgewood and UW Oshkosh there on Saturday. And then after that, they will go away for the first time in conference this year, where on the 25th, they will face off against Carthage at 7 p.m. Thank you for joining us today. Once again, Thunder getting the lead in 4 sets, 25-18, going down 25-23, but then winning sets 3 and 4, 25-12 and 25-17. The Thunder now 9-2 on the year, 2-0 in the CCIW. Thank you for joining us here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network for an exciting night of volleyball from the Thunder. I'm Abram Erickson. For all of us at WTSN and Sunrise Communications, thank you and have a great night.